All right, folks, Yishai Fleisher here. I was honored to be invited to Mario Nawfal's show. This young man, a very successful businessman, and has also a huge podcast, videocast that goes out on X and also on YouTube and other things, but he's huge on X. He's a friend of Elon Musk's. He's Lebanese-born, Christian background, but he himself is not a believer, seems like. And he's also an Australian, so he's an Australian businessman. And he gave me the opportunity to talk about a lot of the big issues that are out there today. And he mimicked a lot of the concerns that people around the world have about Israel. Let's get through some of the video of our discussion debate that we had together. One of them was about Jewish supremacy. Mario was concerned that Jews have a sense of supremacy over others. Here's how I answered him.
How some Israelis believe they're a superior race in some ways, in supremacy. Is that prevalent?
Have you ever done business with Jews?
Of course. I have employees in my company that are Jews. I don't look through religion and stuff.
Okay,
and
but you have Jewish
businessmen.
Right. Have you felt that they were supremacists?
No, I have not. But I'm saying, is this in Israel? Is there people that have it? Do you know people that have it? And where does that come from?
The only thing that we have that would hearken to, well, the reason I stopped him and I asked him is sometimes when people ask me theoretical questions, I want to be like, but is that how you feel in practice? Like, have you seen that? Have you felt that? Oh, no. Oh, okay. So maybe these questions are just, more like theoreticals or blood libels or kind of fear mongering, but not really real. That's why I asked him, I'm like, is that the experience that you've had? He's like, no. Okay, well, right there, we already got somewhere. But here's my answer about Jewish supremacy. What you're talking about is an idea that the Jewish people are chosen by God to be ministers onto the nations to bring the knowledge of God into this world. We're like a type of civil servant of God. We're out here to be ministers and priests to bring the humanity closer to God. That was Abraham's mission, and that's the Jewish people's biblical mission. But it's not a supremacy or superiority. It's a job to channel God's ideas into this world. And don't forget that both Christianity and Islam are children of Judaism in a sense. We've been successful through these religions to send out the ping, the consciousness of monotheism and biblical consciousness of basic morality, raising children, healthy sexuality, honesty and money, decency between neighbors, the 10 Commandments, the Sabbath, etc. These are the things that our job is to send it out to the world. And that's what we've been doing in our existence because we've survived for 3,500 years. So there must be something to it. And now God is in gathering us back to our homeland and sending out an amazing light from Jerusalem. There's a lot of dark forces that want to darken that light, but there's nothing that could stop it because God wills it. And that's what's happening. Jewish people are coming back home and we're rebuilding our holy city and an amazing light is coming out of it. So I'm happy with that answer. And I'm also happy with the opportunity to talk spirituality. When I was on Mario's show, so his whole line of questioning is very, very secular and very kind of like without any godly story. And I said to him at some point on the show, I said to him, if you don't hearken back to history, and if you don't hearken back to spirituality and religion and to Abraham, then you can't really talk seriously about the Middle East. You can't really talk about the Middle East seriously because it's so much part of it. And I'm glad that I got a chance to speak on the show where the answers are meant to be these type of secular answers, tactical answers about how Israel's fighting. And I'm like, no, there's something bigger going on here. So I'm glad I got a chance to talk about that. The other issue is actually, yes, practicality. He asked me, he threw out this idea that he agreed that Hezbollah should be disarmed. And I tried to catch him on that and be like, what do you mean in theory it should be disarmed? Who's going to do that? Who's actually going to deal with bad guys? And that's the beauty of what Israel is doing. Let's take a look at that segment.
Comes to South Lebanon, I've actually thought Hezbollah should be disarmed, and I've been saying this for years. I can't go to Lebanon.
Wait, Mary, can I just ask you something? You say these words. It's so sweet the way you say Hezbollah should be disarmed. It's sweet, and you just like wave your hands like this, and you kind of look down. What do you mean by that? Did the Lebanese people have the ability to disarm the armed?
No, they don't.
Hezbollah?
I'm saying
no, they don't.
No, they don't. I'm saying we agree that I think Hezbollah as a military group should not exist. I think Israeli attacks. I'm just telling you what we agree on. I don't have the answer on how to disarm it. There's various options.
I have an answer.
I've also said I'd love to listen to it. But before you tell me about it, I've said Israel has the right. I've said Israel has the right to attack Lebanon every time they're attacked. Hezbollah attacks Israel. Israel retaliates. Hezbollah acts at the behest of two countries, Lebanon and Iran, and that's a toxic entity within Lebanon. That's my stance. Now, I told you, it began to change 5 weeks ago with the statements from Katz and the leveling of villages. That's why I'm like, I start to worry about Israeli intentions, that it's no longer about security, it's more about annexing land. Or maybe it's about both. Now, in terms of how to disarm Hezbollah, I really don't have the answer. That's a really tough one, which may go back to your point. You're like, hey, then we have to militarily do it. I don't have the answer, but it's a complex one.
These words, I don't have the answer, they're complex, but I want to see them disarmed. That is fine for a guy sitting out in Dubai and doing podcasts, but I gotta live my life here, and I gotta protect my people and our children.
Valid points.
Okay, so it was a valid point that he accepted, that like we can't just talk about theoreticals. You have horrible jihad in your borders, on your borders, inside of your land, right outside your land, shooting rockets at you. It's not theoretical, Mario. It's real. We're fighting a real war here against real bad guys. The Jewish people have real experience with real bad guys. And by the way, I'm so proud of this generation that is fighting real bad guys and is out there in the front lines. What a heroic generation we have. But the point is that like, it's fine to be like, well, Israel should, and it should, and it shouldn't, and it should. Or like, where the rubber of the boots meet the dirt paths into Lebanon in order to destroy the bad guys that want to destroy our people and disrupt life in the north. And that is, it's bringing it to reality. It's bringing it down to the real issues. And the other thing there is, he says, like, I supported Israel until like 5 weeks ago. I'm like, I said to him in a different part, I said to him, listen, we've been fighting with Lebanon for 50 years. I fought in Lebanon. My father fought in Lebanon. It could very well be that my son is going to fight in Lebanon. So shouldn't we finish this business off of not allowing people to attack us for 50 years? And again, like Mario, I challenged him. I'm like, where's the realness? Where's the realness of understanding these things? And where's the realness of helping the Arab world get out from under the thumb of jihadism? I would think that a guy like him would be the first to start doing business and help modernize the Arab world, which has succumbed to so much backwardsness. And here's a segment about what I want for the Arabs and from the Arabs. Check this out. Arab neighbors. I want them to have good tourism. I want them to have good trade. I want to trade in this region. I want businesses. I want big hospitals. I want good roads. I want biblical tourism. I want great museums. I'm not trying to subject my Arab brothers and sisters. I want to see them flourish. I'm not the subjector. It's the jihad who has destroyed your country and has destroyed so much of this region. And look at Israel. With all the crap and anti-Semitism that we face, we're flourishing. You're a guy who understands economy. We have a $500 billion a year economy.
I did a post about it. The stock market is killing it. The unemployment is at a low, I think a multi-year low. So no, the economy is doing very well and good for you guys. Innovation.
But you know what it is. You know what economy is. That's what's fun to talk to you about it, because you're a serious person in terms of creating wealth and prosperity. It's like, that's what we're about. That's what we're trying to do for this region. You're like insinuating that we're trying to destroy houses. Forget it, man. We're about a big picture of this region becoming alive again. We're a force of life, and there are forces of darkness. They have to be pushed down and suppressed, and then the region can flourish again. So, that was a surprise to him, because I'm talking about regional success. And I'll never forget when the Trump team had this conference called Peace to Prosperity. It's true. It's true. Prosperity for this region. It's not just about materialism and making money. It's about a better quality of life. It's about actually spirituality that comes through a quality of life, through appreciation of God's gifts, of seeing this region as an Abrahamic region that should flourish. That's what Abraham wanted. He himself, by the way, was wealthy and successful and highly spiritual, right? Just like King David is, on the one hand, spiritual, calling the name of God, but on the other hand, using the latest technology to defeat Goliath, which is like Israel, spiritual and latest technology. So to Abraham is about wealth and spirituality. It's about combining these two polarities. And that's what we want for this region. And guys like Mario, who doesn't have exactly a very regional name, but still, Mario is about Mario could be about helping this region flourish with his abilities and with his, you know, natural ability to talk to the Lebanese, for example. And the Lebanese want Israel. And the Kurds want Israel. The Druze want Israel. And the Iranians want Israel. Only the jihadis and the progressives don't want Israel. And they're on the wrong side of history. Finally, a big issue that Mario kept insinuating and getting back to is the issue of Israeli territorial expansion. He kept wanting to promote an idea that Israel's somehow nefarious and nefariously trying to take over other people's land, as though that's the real objective here. And he kept harping on that, and it started feeling a little bit like a type of blood libel to me. He said over and over again, he's just trying to understand our way of thinking. But I got a little bit like, I started feeling like this is like a kind of trap where they want me to say something wrong. But at the same time, I have to say the truth, because I think that that's what the world needs. And I think that's what people look, Baruch Hashem, to me too. So here's my discussion about territorial expansion by Israel.
Do you think safety is achieved by expanding your territory? Do you think it should be policy to expand your territory? Because there's some in Israel that believe that.
In general, I'm a nationalist. What does that mean? That means that I'm not an imperialist. I want to see Lebanese people in Lebanon. I want to see Japanese people in Japan. I believe in ethnic indigenous peoples living in their ancestral homelands. I believe in self-determination of indigenous peoples. And I am an indigenous person living in my land. My interest is to have a good relationship, an Abrahamic accord with the people of the region. I'm not trying to take over their land because I'm not an imperialist. That's not my way of thinking. However, if you keep on attacking me from there, you got to learn a lesson, and that's the way it is. What you're subtly hinting at again and again and again is that we have some kind of imperialistic outlook. It's not true. We have a nationalist outlook. We want to live in our national lands. Happens to be that historically speaking, parts of Lebanon were also in biblical times part of Israel. I wouldn't mess with them if they didn't keep shooting the thousands of rockets at me. Okay, if they keep shooting at me, then I'm going to take over and say, okay, that's what I would think. That's not government policy. My government, sadly, has shrunken over the years, shrunken the land of Israel. I hope that we've turned the page and gotten back to being stronger, bigger, more prosperous, and giving more rights and more liberties to more people. I believe that Israel is the liberation nation. I think that that's why Iranian people are saying, Netanyahu, come and rescue us. And I think that's why the Druze, are like, Israel, come and protect us. That's how I think about Israel. But remember, Mario, I'm a nationalist, not an imperialist. Okay, I'm not here to eat up the lands of Lebanon, which you keep on, hinting at, subtly. I heard your hints. I got it, and that's just not the goal. Okay, so there's a discussion about imperialism and land grabbing. I did talk about there's another section where I talked about Sinai being really part of Israel, not Egypt, maybe parts of Lebanon, Jordan, and then I talked about Jordan being a Palestinian state. I said Jordan is really a Palestinian state. That's what I would do with Jordan immediately, although it's originally Jewish land. So there was a lot to talk about there with Mario Nawfal. And though I didn't agree with his posture, I have to say that I appreciate the opportunity to actually speak normally. I appreciate that opportunity. I just appreciate, you don't even have to be, he was fair. He was fair to me. He had his opinion. He had his thing, but he gave me a chance. And I appreciate that. And I appreciate real conversation. You could check out the full video of our discussion. There was more heat. There was more issues. But those were some of the highlights. All right, folks, I want to bless you so much from the land of blessings. And right now we're in a great time. We're in a time where this coming week is Jerusalem Day, Jerusalem Liberation Day, 28th of ER in the Jewish calendar at the end of this week. And that is a very special day. That means we're going to celebrate the reunification of Jerusalem. Are you part of that? Are you part of making God's name great again? I'm sure you are. Please join us at buildisrael.com. Buildisrael.com. We build Israel together, me, you, and the God above. It's happening in our time. It's a miracle. It's a gift. It's an opportunity. And I so appreciate when you help us build Israel. You help our broadcast, which teaches about building Israel. You help us buy tractors, do restoration, amazing stuff, biblical sites, Be part of it. It's so simple. Look at that slogan, buildisrael.com. Do you want to be a builder of Israel? I know you do. I know you do. And if you love our show, you love our broadcast, please join me at buymeacoffee.com/Yishai. Very simple, very sweet way to buy me a spiritual coffee, support coffee, buymeacoffee.com/Yishai. Please like, subscribe, comment, and check out our web store at Yishai Fleisher TV or Yishai.tv on the internet. Don't forget to check out HebronFund.org if you believe in building, beautifying, and keeping safe the tomb of the patriarchs and matriarchs. And in general, do you believe in the slogan, go big and go home? That's what God is doing with returning the Jewish people to the land of Israel. We're going big and we're going home. That's right. The Liberation Nation is alive and well. That's right. And we are really in amazing and great times. Let's celebrate the rebirth of Jerusalem together. Happy Jerusalem Day. God bless you folks wherever you are. Lots of love, lots of blessings from the land of blessings, and heart from the heartland of the Holy Land to you wherever you are. Lots of love and shalom.